Hello, welcome to another Dominion 6 Mod Nation showcase. Today we are taking a look at an early age Phlegton, bits of the Sludge Elves. This is a very old mod nation of mine. I made it back in Dominions 3, but I never really released it. Uh, it's based on a Sludge Elf race from Dungeon Crow's Stone Soup, and it has some oozes and slimes for that game as well. No, I haven't played Dungeon Crawl in many years, but I'm still using some monsters for my mods. So, let's see. Slime Pits. The starting size produces 3 Earth Gems and 3 Water Gems per turn. The troops. Sludge Elf Militia. It gives us the basic stat line of the Sludge Elf. They are weaker and more frail than the humans, but they live longer, they have swamp survival, and disease resistant 25. The militia guys use leather armor, well, quite bad leather armor, and spears. Sludge elf slingers, they use, well, slings, and other than that, they are the same. Sludge elf warrior. Now they have slightly better armor, ring mail, half helmet, shield, and a spear. The sprite does have a javelin, so I think I just missed it. I think it was supposed to have a javelin. And they have at least slightly better stat line. The Sludge Mutant has a broadsword and 2 pseudopod attacks that deal very low damage. So yes, they have 3 attacks per unit, so that's 9 attacks per square, but 2/3 of them are very weak, but they still can accrue the defense penalties. The Sludge Mutants also have Poor Amphibian and Poison Resistance. Ooze, that's a grayscale sprite from Might and Magic 7. They have a crush attack, they have a lot of hit points, they are strong but their skills are quite poor. They are sacred, amphibian, blunt resistant, poison resistant, magic being, need not eat, trample, mindless, swamp survival, blind, undisciplined, disease resistant 100, and affliction resistant 99. So they are very difficult to harm or really do anything about them. Well, they do not have any protection, so despite being blunt resistant, they are actually quite easy to harm. And keep in mind that they have trample, and they are size 4 creatures. The slime has a crush attack, has the same stats, but instead of trample, they have poisonous skin. They also are size 4 creatures, but they have fewer hit points and less strength. They do have basic protection too, that's better than nothing. So that's 2 recruitable anywhere sacreds. The jelly is a capital only sacred. Is it? Yes. It has the same stats, but it has poison barbs and poison cloud. So be careful when you're using them, because your troops, at least most of them, do not have poison resistance. And they have crush and a spray poison attack. That's a beam. Wait, isn't that a bit too strong? Huh, we'll see. Really? I think that's messed up, or maybe not. I haven't received any complaints about it, and apparently some people actually like this nation. And the other capital only sacred is a Squelcher, who has 3 very weak pseudopod attacks, has sacred, regeneration, amphibian, blunt resistant, poison resistant, magic being, need not eat, swamp survival, blind and disease resistance. well, you probably can do something with them if you bless them well. The commanders. You have the Sludge Elf Scout, who is just a scout. Sludge Elf Captain, who is just a normal leader. Consumer, who has 4 attacks, is sacred, for amphibian and poison resistant, and has good leadership and some magic leadership as well to lead your slimes. The Slime Herder is a Holy One priest with poison resistant 10, so he can actually herd the jellies. The Dissolver is a Holy 2 priest with poison resistant who has a bottled acid attack. Sludge Elf Earth Mage is an Earth 2 mage with a 50% chance to get water or nature random. Also has poison resistance. The Polluter is a Death 2 nature 1 mage with a 20% chance to get water, earth or nature. Also has poison resistance, fly bonus and the bottled acid attack. The Transmuter has a staff, a fire 1 water 2 mage with a 20% chance fire water. And she is sacred and has disease resistance 50, not 25. And capital only mage is the Ooze Mage. Slow to recruit, has water 2, earth 2, guaranteed water earth random and a rare water earth random. Sacred, for amphibian, blunt resistant, poison resistance, home survival, disease immunity, and a rating of 1 ooze. You know, the mages don't look that good, but maybe they're fine. Let's take a look at the summons and spells. We do have some interesting spells here. Before we go over the summons, let's take a look at the non-summon spells. First up we have Slimy Apotheosis. That's an Alteration 5 spell, requires water 2. For 7 gems, the caster transforms himself into an ooze, a random one. So that's something of a transformation ritual. In Alteration 6 you get Ooze Form. That's a water 2 combat spell that transforms an enemy into an ooze and charms it. So that's something like the Curse of the Frog Prince, but that also dominates the victim. The summons. In Conjuration 3 you can cast Call Brown Ooze. That's a Death to Nature 1 spell. For 6 gems you send a stealthy brown ooze commander into a remote province. This is the brown ooze in question. Also has a spray poison attack, sacred, amphibian, blunt resistant, stealthy, poison barbs, reaper, so it spreads unrest and disease, plague carrier, so it has a disease cloud, and undisciplined. Then, in Conjuration 2, you can cast Summon Slime. That's a water 1 earth 1 spell. For 1 gem you summon one very large slime creature in combat. This one. This is the very large slime creature. It has Trample, Swamp Survival, Poison Cloud, Slimer. Okay, Slimer and Disease Resistance. And it degrades like an elemental, so a very large slime creature becomes a large slime creature, then a normal slime creature that loses trample, by the way. In Conjuration 4 you can cast Summon Titanic Slime. That's a water 2 earth 1 spell. For 1 gem you summon one Titanic Slime creature in combat. It's a size 6. Basically they are the slime elementals. And this is the intermediary form, a normal slime creature. Then you also have some other ritual summons. In Conjuration 5 you can cast Summon Acid Blobs. That's a Water 2 Fire 1 spell. For 6 gems you summon several acid blobs that do not have acid resistance. Why? I should add that. They have the Acid Splash, that's an acid shield attack, tag that's very rare. They have an Acid Touch attack and an Acid Spray attack, that's an area of effect thing. In Conjuration 3 you can cast Summon Azure Jelly. That's a Water 2 spell. For 4 gems you summon several Azure Jellies. They have cold resistance, they are susceptible to fire, they have a chill aura, cold attack, rush attack and frost blast attack that deals an area of effect damage. And finally in Conjuration 2 you can cast Summon Death Ooze. That's a Death 2 spell. For 5 gems you summon 1 Death Ooze commander. That's this thing. That is a Death 2 mage. Wait, a Death 2 mage for 5 gems? Was I insane? I should make it more expensive. It's undead, stealthy, has population killer, and has a retinue of 1d6 pulsating lumps. They are these very weak ooze creatures, piles of gore. And we also have one hero, Slime Prophet, the Dissolution. It's an acid blob with fire 3, water 3, holy 3, regeneration, fire resistance, cold resistance, poison resistance, stealthy, acid splash, and all the other stuff. We also have some pretenders. First up, the Royal Jelly. It is a water 1, earth 1 mage with regeneration, amphibian, poison resistant, trampled, swamp survival, blind, inept smith, inept researcher, generates 1 water gem per turn, immune to disease and afflictions, and has 1d6 oozes as a retinue. And the Slime God. Water 1, earth 1, nature 1, regeneration, amphibian, plant resistant, poison resistant, trample, swamp survival, recuperation, supply bonus, blind, swallow on trample, disease resistance, affliction resistance, but only the fist attack. And that is it. I also wanted to make the middle and late ages for this nation, but I didn't get around to it. So I will have to add the acid resistance to the acid blobs and make Summon Death Ooze more expensive. Thank you for watching, I will see you next time in a much more fun nation.